we got us an Ariens Apex 52. So this thing won't drive. Customer hand me this. It won't go forward or backward. You know what this is? That's the fan off the pump. Guess what I saw? I saw that belt hanging down when it was still on the trailer. No, that oil did not come off this machine. That was the last job. So what we're going to be doing is putting a new fan and pulley kit on the hydro pump. Now you're going to think this is real complicated because you can't see nothing down in here. First thing I noticed, well, we got to do something about that battery. That's a short waiting to happen right there. Look at that thing. The bracket's bent, full of grass. So basically, we're going to pull this cover off, pull the fuel tank out. We'll be able to get right at this bad boy. So I'm going to make this just like every other video, step by step and easy. Pull this bad boy out of the way. Now we got just 3 screws up underneath the bottom here. We'll pull them out and I'll show you where you can see them better. All right, 3 little screws this out of the way. Look at here. Just too easy. I'm gonna just leave this kind of hanging. That's perfect. All right, let's get this battery out of here right quick before we short something out, because dadgum. And I know y'all can't see. And this way we don't lose it. All right, so let me get this goofy bracket out of here. Let's go and pull the battery out too, and I'll tell you why, because dang, look at all that goop. Ugh. Just a couple tools, no big deal, y'all. Let's get this apart. Get that out of the way. Take this bad boy, I'm gonna cut a zip tie this right here. Snipperoonie. Now let's take our needle nose while we're here. Come on. Just like that. So much dirt in here. There we go. And we got a couple on this side to get out of the way. All right, y'all see how simple that was? It looks a lot harder than it actually is. Now we're going to pop our fuel line. Come on. Ah. Whoa, we're spilling gas. Let me fix that right quick. This doggone thing's full, buddy. I'm just going to put a little shut off right here to hold it for now. That'll work. Now, oops. I just got the camera lady, Mrs. T, with gas. She's going to get me. All right, that's out of the way. Now let's go in here and pop something else loose. Oh, there's one more bracket down there. Just like that. Okay. That out of the way. Now this bracket, I think, will lift up. Let's get dirt everywhere, y'all. It should come out just like that. Oh, I got one more here. This is the tank breather. Now this thing ought to lift out of here. And just like that. Welcome back to Rayleigh's Small Engines. I'm T-Bone. This is your Get to the Point channel. We don't mess around here. So Mrs. T is down. She gonna do a little cleanup. Tell everybody hello, Mrs. T. Hey, y'all. She's doing an icky job. Oh my goodness. Thank you, baby. Well, Mrs. T, careful visual inspection. She's in there cleaning. I want y'all to look at this. That's the side of the battery. And we were looking, is it made that way? Nope. Well, y'all saw how that bracket wasn't right. Luckily, these will accept a regular size battery, but what had happened, look at that, that thing had slid up here, and that fan was hitting that doggone thing. Can you believe that? All right, let's get this pulley off of here. And it lifts right off. Now, when you order this pulley kit, it comes with these two little dudes. Ours, whoops, ours isn't messed up on there, so we ain't got to worry about it. But if you do have to replace them, it comes with a note in here to tell you the difference. There's a 17-tooth pulley and a 26-tooth pulley. If you look in the end right here really close, you're going to see the gears in there. See how fine the gears is and how coarse they are there. Now, why am I not going to replace that? Because it's stuck, and I'm not going to waste a bunch of time fooling with it. It's fine. Pop that bad boy on, and then this has got little tabs right here that's going to line up in these little holes right here. Just like that. Let's run him down. Now you can see how deep this thing is. They definitely fill up with dirt. I blew that one out with the air hose a little bit. Something else you want to pay attention to is your idler pulley. Is the bearing feel good? Is your spring and all working? And that bad boy's tight. All right, well, while we're here looking right at it, let's go and get this belt loose. Let's jack him up. Guys, use whatever you got. Use some car ramps up under the tires. I've got jack stands. Plus, I've got a jack. I moved it over underneath the deck because I really don't want this stupid thing to fall on me. All right, first thing we need to do is get this deck belt out of the way. Oh, grip it and rip it usually works pretty good. Ow! Don't get your finger because that hurts. All right, now we need to unplug the PTO. I'm trying to do this to where I'll be out of y'all's way there. Pry up on the clip a little bit and pull it back out. That little clip, you just pry up a little bit. Now, we need to get this bracket out. And all we got to do, out of the way, and pull the belt out. That easy. Now just jam the belt up in there somewhere. It don't matter. Just put it up in there. Get it up in there. Get it right here. And let's go ahead and put our bracket and stuff back on. All right, let's just slip this up here. Be sure you get it back in that groove where it's supposed to be. Pop your two screws in. There's one. Oh, I just dropped a doggone screw. I've never dropped a screw before. What in the world? All right, tighten her up. Now, that's good. All right, I'm gonna scooch this belt right through here. Just like that. Right through here. All right, let's go over this pump. Now, you can do this from the underside. I've done many of them like that. Go in there. Now, let's go around this pump. Just like that. Pull this around. Let's make sure I'm on this one. And it's going like that. All right, what we're going to do is go ahead and route this. Now, we're really off on the PTO up there, okay? Now, you just work this around like this from underneath or this way. Now, let's go to the bottom. Okay, so we're on the idler and the pumps, and you can see right here, I'm below the pulley. All right, a 1/2 inch extension and a pull handle, okay? And you'll pull it like this. Now, I know my hand is going to be in your way, and I'm just going to work this pulley or belt right back up on this pulley. And it's hanging up on something. There we go. Okay. Now all we got to do is plug our PTO back up. Now I want to give you a view going in from the underside so you know what you're looking at here, okay? See how that's routed up to the pumps? Sorry about the shaky camera. But see how it goes around the crankshaft over here, works its way around, then the pump, and then the pump on that side. Now all I have to do is pull this belt here back on. All right, you ready? All right, let's see if we can walk this belt back on. Up. Like that. And this bad boy is tight, let me tell you what. Come on. Come on. This is gonna hurt a finger.
Don't do it this way.
All right, let's just pop this cover off. All right, let's lower the deck. Flop that, flop that. Now she's down. Pull your cover off. Flip your belt off right there. Ease your belt back up on your PTO. 1/2-inch pull handle again. Goes right up under here. And then just hold tension. And you'll work it around. Just like that. Ta-da! So I told you this will accept a full-size lawnmower battery, okay? Now, the way this bracket works in here, and they do make it to where it'll work if you mount it down there for a teeny battery or mount it up here for a tall battery. But the way this thing hooks in, when you stick it in like that, and then it lifts up. You have to kind of push down on it, put pressure on the battery. Stupid design. So when we eliminate that little bracket, this will sit right in here with that bracket going, and that'll fit this full-size battery. Now tell me something. You going on a battery, why you want to make this out of metal or not put some rubber or something on it? I don't know. It'll fit. Now, if you look, the way that other battery was in here, that hit the thing, and that's because that bracket wasn't on there correctly. All right. Oops, there it is. Somebody maybe can use that one day if they want to buy them a little teeny battery. All right. Now, let's see if we can get this on here. Who designs this junk? Tell me, who does it? You need a hammer. That might be too big. Stupid junk. That's bent too. Golly. I don't understand. So those were crooked. I just straighten those up, sort of. I ought to make something different because this is stupid, man. I don't understand why you would do that. That's just dumb. All right, I went straightened up on it some more. I don't know what good it'll do because this is about the dumbest stuff I ever seen. I'm gonna tell you what. Then you got to whack a Rooney to get that up in there. Unless you can get up under here to the nut to loosen it. All right, let's go under here. Let's see if I can loosen this stupid thing. I don't understand why. Now, if you had that fuel tank in here, you would be in a dang mess. All right. There. Now let's tighten it back up. I don't know what, we'll just take the Sawzall to it when you get ready to take it out, I guess. Sometimes you just want to slap somebody. Huh? Look what I did to my arm, rubbing on the pulley. That's idiotic. I just don't understand. It's in there, but there it is. Well, that is really close right there, but it can move a little bit, but it can't get the fan now at least. Do it.
Yeah, all right.
All right. I guess I ought to clean some of this dirt off first. All right. Well, it ain't clean, but it's less dirty, I guess. Let's slip this thing in here. Yeah, let's set a plastic gas tank over plastic fans that you know flex. Which way they flex, I don't know. What are you thinking, people? Mrs. T just nailed it. She says, and with a fan there, it can't get no air on the daggum top anyway. I don't even know. Nobody knows. So let's see. Wiggle jiggle this back up under here. Oh, get the hose up. Now where's the, yep, perfect. All right, let's see if we can get this all back in position where she goes. There we go. All right, let's get our fuel line back over here. Get it ready because we know it's going to leak. What? All right, just like that. Clamp a Rooney. Hook our little clips back in. Like that. Like that. All right, folks, that was wrong. The fuel line goes inside this trough right here. To the inside, not the outside. I went back and fixed it. There we go. That's a little better. Now our seat switch. Now I cut that zip tie. It appears to be made into that pin. So I'm just going to zip tie the zip tie. Y'all ever done that? Zip tie the zip tie? Well, that's what we about to do. Just like that. Now let's see if I can zip tie the zip tie. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm doing that back down there and that right there and this right here. Snipper-ing. All right, now I need to get our battery cable back over here. Snip those in. That's perfect. This went up to the top of the fuel tank.
Reach.
I dropped it, man. I couldn't find them. There we go. All righty. Too easy. Too easy, y'all. Too easy. All right. Now let's hook this in. Oh, crap. I'll never find that. There it is. Now, always hook up your positive first, and then your negative. You know why? Because if your wrench touches right here and that negative's not hooked up, it ain't going to do nothing. That way, you ain't got to worry about sparks. See, watch here. Look, nothing. No sparks, okay? You get it? Got it? Good. Let's put our rubber boot on.
Got a lot of cable on that one.
Mm-hmm, they do. So, have y'all been over and checked out T-Bone After Hours yet? You know, we got all kind of cool stuff going on over there. We are working on a bush hog. That's technically a mower. You ought to see the Bam Bam video. It was all sledgehammers and cutting torches, man. But we won. We got more to come. One more part on that one. It was a big old bush hog. We got that thing for $100. Well, I spent $200, and for $200, I got a doggone a 6-foot box blade and a Woods HD 720 bush bull. It ain't no hog, it's a bull, like bull, tatonka, you know. Okay. So I tell you, I was going to tell you about this cover. It took me long enough, huh? 3 screws here, and there's supposed to be 4, but there's 1, 2, 3, you know, and it mounts up like so. But we figured out right here, if you look right there, there's one broken. And guess what? It's going to be fine, y'all. Gonna be fine. And you just flop it up there. That's perfect. I'm gonna stick that on this, ain't smelling gas the whole time. Get over out of the way. And you just feel around up under here till you find the bolt holes. Sometimes you have to stand on your head to figure them out. Whatever. I think we got that one. Don't ever tighten these things because you can break them off like that one was broken off. Where's this one? Oh, no way. That was lucky. So y'all leave something down in the comments. We need y'all start up a conversation about something. I don't care what it is. What kind of mower you got, what kind of problems you're having. Y'all talk to each other and help each other out. That's what this channel's supposed to be about, is helping each other and learning about small engines. Maybe you know some little tricks and stuff you could share with some of the other viewers. That'd be great, because that always helps everybody out. I watch a lot of stuff I already know how to do. Simply, that socket's too long. Simply because even though I know how to do the job, there's always a little trick you can learn. They might have a faster way. You know, I might have done something 100 times a certain way. And I'll look at a video and like, oh man, that's a cool idea, and start using it. You know, so that's how I've learned a lot of stuff over the years. Just watch people. Learn. And by the way, did y'all subscribe yet? Did you subscribe to T-Bone After Hours? Did you subscribe to Rayleigh Small Engines? Did you share this videos with your friends? You got to share it, y'all. Share the knowledge. Share the beauty. Careful visual inspection. Simple things first. Those are the rules at RSC. Here's the question. Single drive now? All right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's find out. Is she gonna drive? Oh, got to put the brake on. There it is. Oh yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Rayleigh Small Engines. I'm T-Bone. This is your Get to the Point channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Subscribe, share the videos with your friends, share T-Bone After Hours with your friends, make some comments, put some comments down below, maybe a thumbs up. We'll see you soon.